Hi guys, so this video is going to be another one of the testing makeup brands series, and hopefully you guys aren't getting too bored of these, but this makeup brand has been so highly requested, like literally one of my most requested. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be testing TECHNIC makeup, which is makeup that you can find on, I think they sell it on Boohoo, they sell it on Amazon and they sell it on eBay, and everything is super cheap. So you guys have asked for this, so I have delivered, and this is going to be the full face of testing TECHNIC makeup. Okay, so the foundation that I got was this, and this is the most expensive out of everything I bought. I think it was £3.49, which just goes to show how cheap this stuff was. The rest of this stuff was under £3, so like the majority of it was like £2.50. So the foundation that I got is the Colour Fix Full Coverage Foundation, and this is in the lightest shade, which is Buff. But to me it looks like it's going to be too dark as always, but I will just see how this goes. It's got like a weird... it came with this little like pump cover thing. No wonder I couldn't get it out. Squeezing some on the back of my hand, it doesn't actually look too dark. So the brush that I'm using is actually one of the artists inspired brushes, and I have a whole video on these if any of you are interested. I'm just going to see what the coverage is like with the brush that I normally use, because you can kind of stipple this one a bit more. Okay, so that's actually not bad. I quite like the finish of it, and it's not really that streaky at all. I'm just going to put on another layer and see if the coverage is buildable, because it's not the greatest coverage in the world. It did say it was full coverage. I don't think that is true, but it did give me some coverage. It kind of reminds me of the texture of the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation. Okay, so I'm pretty impressed with that foundation. For the price, I think it's actually pretty good. I mean, I actually really like the finish of it. Like, it hasn't gone streaky. It's just not like the greatest coverage, but then if you don't want like majorly full coverage, then this might be pretty good. The colour match is a tiny bit darker than my neck, but I thought it was going to be a lot worse judging by the bottle. So yeah, not bad so far. So moving on to concealer, I got this concealer, which is the Colour FX concealer, and this looks very, very similar to the LA Girl Pro Conceal packaging. So I'm just gonna squeeze. Oh, okay. It's not a squeezy tube. It deceived me. It's actually got a little wand thing. That's quite cool. And this was in the lightest shade, which I think is just called Light. It feels quite liquidy, and on my face it looks like it's quite kind of sheer. Okay, let's give this a go. First impressions, it's very, very oily, and it does feel quite thin, and it hasn't given that much coverage. It's just made my under eyes a bit shiny, but it has covered a little bit. It's not my favourite, I have to say. Okay, so that's not my fave. I'm just going to put it on some of my blemishes. I have quite a lot at the moment. I feel like this concealer is making me look quite oily. I'm now going to move on to powder, and this is so dusty. I have this TECHNIC Soft Focus powder, and I actually got this in TK Maxx a while back. I've only actually used this once, and I didn't like it too much. It's just a kind of white translucent powder, and I'm just going to use this to set my face. It's a very kind of thin powder, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know, it's just very like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just really thin. And it kind of, I just inhaled some and it went in my eye. Oh, it's literally gone all down my black top. Okay, I don't recommend putting on too much at a time, because like I said, it's very thin, and it travels very easily in the air and into your lungs. It definitely is mattifying me, but it's definitely now in my lungs and my eyes. Okay, so I'm now going to move on to this contour palette, and a lot of you guys wanted me to test this. This is the powder contour palette, and it's called Colour Fix. I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the other side, like, oh, there we go. It like lifted up out of here. Let's just try and pop that back in. Yep, that popped back in, great. And I actually did remember this cost, I think like £4 or £3.50 or something, so this actually was also a bit more expensive. But I'm actually going to use, there's only really like 2 colours in here that will be dark enough to contour with, so I'm just going to use the lightest one here, and I'm just going to see if it gives me any more coverage under my eyes. Okay, so that picked up a lot of product. Ooh. I do feel like that actually gave me a bit more coverage. It has a lot of fallout. Hopefully you guys can see there's a lot of fallout, but I think it did give me a bit of coverage. What do you guys think? I don't know if you guys can see, but it's literally everywhere. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is a brush from eBay. I will link all of the products down below and my brushes. If I forget to link my brushes, somebody please remind me in the comments because I'm sure I will forget. I'm now going to use this colour here to try and do a bit of bronzing. It looks a bit orangey, but I'll see. Did nothing. And I'm just going to dip that into the darkest shade here and try and do a bit of contouring with that. You guys know already that I'm not good at contouring, so oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so if you are particularly pale like me, I wouldn't really recommend these powders for contouring because they are very, very, very orange. Okay, so moving on to highlight. This is what I am most excited about because I swatched this on my fingers when this arrived because I couldn't resist and it looks gorgeous. This is the TECHNIC Get Gorgeous Highlight. It has a really cool like design and it looks really pigmented, so ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, so that is actually really nice. I think, I don't know, in real life, it looks almost a little bit silver. I don't know if that's just my eyes or like the lighting in here, but in real life it does look a little bit silver actually. I mean, it gave me a really nice glow, so not bad. So now I'm moving on to eyebrows because I feel seriously lost without them. I got the Ultimate Brow Kit, and what I don't like about this is that it's got like a magnetic closure, but it really doesn't close well, so if you tip it upside down, like it literally just comes open. Whoops. Oh dear. I don't really recommend doing that. That was a bit silly. It's very similar to the W7 one that I tried before, I think. So I'm just gonna give this a go. Oh, and it's got a nice big mirror as well. How can you possibly do your eyebrows with this? It's so small, like you can't even hold it properly. Oh, it's literally hurting my arm because this brush is so small. So, moving on to a bigger brush. I'm using the lightest eyebrow powder, by the way. I think this would work well if you have blonde hair, this lighter colour actually. Okay, so I'm then dipping into the next darkest colour, which is a kind of dark brown. I feel like this is very time consuming. I find it a lot easier to do my brows with a kind of gel or pencil. Okay, so moving on to the eyes, I have this Electric Beauty eyeshadow palette, and this I think was like £2.50. It does come with a brush, but I've taken it out just because it keeps falling out. And it comes with all these beautiful rainbow colours. They are all shimmery colours, so I've just swatched a variety of them here. Nice, they have some decent pigmentation. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I do know that I'm going to start with a transitional colour in my crease, which I'm going to use the contour palette for. I'm going to use this colour here. I'm then just using the darkest contour colour, and I'm going to keep blending as I go. So I'm just going to take the kind of pink colour on my brush, and I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid. It's going on a little bit patchy, so I think what I'll do is use my finger. You see, that's so much better. Like, oh my god, what even is this colour? Like, can you guys see this? Okay, so I'm going to try and blend this out a bit. Okay, so I'm then going to run some of that pink colour along my lower lash line. And then taking some of this shimmery peachy colour here, and I'm just going to put that on my inner corners. I'm also just going to put this on the inner part of my lid. Oh my gosh, so much of that just went into my eye. It's quite pretty, but it just has a lot of fallout. So I'm now moving on to eyeliner, and I have this eyeliner pen. That's all it says on it. So this is what the eyeliner pen looks like. It kind of looks like the collection one, and it literally just says eyeliner pen on it. So let's give it a go. So far so good. It's pretty black and it's not dry. I feel like it almost comes up too fast, so I can't get like a precise wing on my eyeliner. The actual eyeliner itself is very kind of liquidy, it's very pigmented, but it just comes out too fast, like it's almost a bit too liquidy, so like I just couldn't get that like precise wing, because as soon as it touches your skin it leaves like a super thick kind of black line. So I'm just going to clean that up with a bit of concealer. So next I have this mascara, which is called the Sky High Lashes. Ooh, the brush is plastic and it's kind of like curved. It reminds me of, ooh, oh my god, there's little fibres in this. No way, I've never tried like a fibre mascara before. I hope I don't get it in my eyes. Okay, so it's put fibres onto my eyelids. Okay, so it's very kind of separating, but it's not particularly volumizing. I'm finding it quite hard to get my get the brush kind of like right in between my lashes. It's just not gripping my lashes very well. It's definitely working better on my lower lashes. Okay, so after about 6 coats, my eyelashes actually look pretty good. For my lips, I have the Colour Max lipstick, and this looks very similar to the Wet n Wild packaging, and it's very kind of similar shape as well. And I got the shade Matte Deep Purple. This smells exactly like the Primark lipstick that I have. Okay, cool. I feel like maybe this lipstick doesn't go the greatest with the eyeshadow, but that's okay. So the lipstick is matte. It has a tiny little bit of shine, but obviously my softbox lights enhance that. It feels very kind of smooth and creamy. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I actually quite liked the foundation. The concealer wasn't my favourite, the powder wasn't bad. The lighter powders in the contour palette were definitely better than the darker ones. The eyebrow kit was good. The eyeshadow palette was pretty good considering it's only like £2 or something. I mean, you could definitely create something like super colourful with it, which is nice. I like the lipstick, I love the highlight. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. So that is it, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I will link all the products in the description box as always. And if you're going back to school on Monday, I hope it's not too bad, and I hope you guys have a great kind of time going back to school. I mean, I know that nobody really likes going back to school, but I hope it goes okay for everyone. If you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would be so grateful if you would subscribe if you like my videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!